Hello everyone, most of you are probably used to having a vet close to where you live. In some parts of the world, no small animal veterinarian is available. In other countries, there are plenty of small animal veterinarians in big cities but none in isolated rural areas. Whether you live in an area without a vet or are just traveling with your dog, there may be a time when your pet needs help and no one is available. A lame dog needs veterinary care, if available. If there is truly no vet available, your dog will need some assistance from you. If your dog starts limping, it is best to find out what is wrong as soon as possible. If you are in an isolated area, you might need help, from a feed store, pet shop, or pharmacy, but you can do a lot yourself. The first step is just to step back and look. Find out first why your dog is limping. Not all lameness looks the same. If your dog is in so much pain that they cannot even put their weight down, it will be obvious which limb is affected and your exam can go on from there. If not, watch them walk for a while and see if you can tell where the problem is. Sometimes a dog will only be lame when walking, and they will raise their head up when they put the sore leg down, then lower it down again when walking on the good leg. Sometimes a dog will have a stiff limb when walking but show no other signs. Once you have figured out which leg is causing problems, you should do a better examination. Front leg lameness. Look at the pads of the foot and see if there are any obvious cuts, sores, or swellings. Is there anything stuck between the pads, like a thorn, rock, or an inflamed tick? Check the nails. Squeeze each nail at the base and move it around a little. Sometimes nothing is obvious but your dog will cry out when you touch the painful nail. Flex the foot and then the wrist, the joint above the foot. If your dog has been licking at one spot, that may be the site of the injury, or maybe even a sign of arthritis. Arthritis is much more common in older dogs but can even affect young dogs. Run your hand up and down the long bones of the leg. If there is a broken bone or other injury, there may be swelling and your dog may yelp or snap. Move the elbow. Rub the muscles of the shoulder. Gently rotate the whole leg in a circular motion. Rear leg lameness. Check the pads for any cuts, abrasions, or swellings. Run your fingers between each toe to check for thorns, gravel, or injuries to the soft skin of the webbing. Examine each nail. Look for cracks, and touch them all to see how your dog reacts. Flex the bones of the foot and then the joint just above the foot. Open and close the hock, the joint just above the foot. Run your hand up and down the long bones of the legs. Do not assume that any swelling is a broken bone, since a bee sting or snake bite can cause swelling too. When you get to the knee, pay special attention. Tiny dogs are more likely to have a kneecap that slides from side to side. If it is stuck, the dog will be lame. Active dogs are more likely to suffer from torn cruciate ligaments, and the knee bones might slide back and forth. Rotate the leg at the hip. If the dog is in pain, they may be suffering from arthritis in the hips. Here are some small things you can do to help common injuries. Injuries to the paw pad. Clean the wound with lots of water or physiologic saline. Disinfect it with a diluted tincture of iodine. If they have a deep wound, it is a good idea to pack in a little antibiotic ointment and, if the dog is the kind that licks at their wounds excessively, wrap it with some gauze. I prefer to leave a wound open and keep it moist with coconut oil, but you can even put vet wrap on the wound to keep it all in place. If you do need to use vet wrap, make sure you leave the toes visible to watch for swelling when the bandage is too tight. If you are not sure how to do this, just leave the dog's wound clean and unwrapped. You can cover the foot with a sock when they go outside to do their business, but take the sock off as soon as they are back inside. Injuries to the webbing. If your dog is injured in the webbing, that delicate skin between the toes, remove whatever is causing the injury and then wash the area out with water or saline. Sterilize it with betadine, or chlorhexidine if you have it available, and it should be okay. If it is bleeding, the foot will need to be wrapped, just make sure the toes are visible to watch for swelling. If you do notice any swelling, remove the bandage immediately to prevent gangrene. Injuries to toenails. Anytime a toenail is injured, you need to make sure and check all of them since any long toenail can get caught in grass or weeds and become injured. Clean the injured toenail. If it is bleeding, wrap it up for about 15 minutes or until the bleeding stops. You can watch my video on nail injuries if you need more details. Thanks for watching. If you dealt with a dog with lameness and not had a vet available to help, let us know what you did in the comments. It helps all of us to hear each other's experiences. If you learned something from this video, please give it a like. I would also appreciate if you would take the time to subscribe to my channel. Many of the videos are on choosing the best dog, but I also have plenty on nutrition, health issues like dermatology, and of course some are just about living with our dogs. If you have any health questions about your dog, you can send them to me at one of my Ask a Vet columns at pethelpful.com or yourpetsathome.com. There is no charge for asking a question about your dog, but I do ask you to include info on his age, breed, and any test results you have had done. A photo helps a lot too, so I appreciate it if you include that so I can give you the best answer possible. Do you want to read one of my articles on dogs and other pets? You can find my information on pethelpful.com, paradepets.com, and yourpetsathome.com. Based on my stats, I can say about anything I want at this point since most of you have already signed off. If you are still here though and have a minute, click on my profile page and take a look at the videos I have posted. If you have any suggestions about what you need to know for your dog, leave a comment. Thanks for hanging around. I hope you and your dog have a nice day or night.